Welcome, Peacock fans, to another on-location episode of Peacocks on the Prowl. I'm Jim Lowry, and joining me again today on Prohaska Court is head coach of the men's wrestling team, Heath Grimm. Coach, nice to have you here.
Good to be here, Jim.
All right, Coach, this past weekend, you guys opened up the NSIC conference schedule. You were at the University of Mary and Minot State. Why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about the duel at the University of Mary?
Yeah, Mary was a great way to get things started for the NSIC season. It's kind of turning the page from the open tournament schedule like we talked about in previous shows, putting together 10 guys to make sure that we got more points on the board at the end of that dual meet. That first duel I thought was a nice start. We knew they had some solid kids, especially in the lower weights, and we knew we'd have some challenges in the upper weights. We had all sorts of different dynamics going on with some new kids getting in the lineups, other kids wrestling different weight classes, and some guys getting down to weight for the first time. So there's a lot of anxiety on a coaching level, but it was a great way to get started, and the kids wrestled hard. We won 8 of the 10 matches in that first dual meet. I'm not real sure on how many bonus points we had, but I know we put up 30 plus points. We gave up 9 points. So, it was a decent start, and we're getting ready then to focus on the University of Minot right after that the next day.
Speaking of Minot, you guys had another good showing there the following day. A bit of a drive between the two, but you guys seem not to be any worse for the wear for the drive. And tell us about Minot State a little bit.
Yeah, Minot, they put on a great show. I mean, they were really looking forward to this. I was talking to their new coach, Evan Forte. I've known him for a few years, and he was excited. This is his first year at Minot. They're really ready for us to come on up there. I know that they are doing some scout. I've been talking to them for the last month or so. But, our guys came out, answered the call. We actually, with back-to-back days of competing, you got to make weight both days, which is obviously some challenges can present themselves there, but the guys did a great job managing their weight. I think that the energy level, focus was all, maybe even improved from the first dual meet versus Mary. But, we went out there and wrestled hard. Started out just like the Mary duel where Garrett Wongsness at 125 started out with a fall. And that's a great way to start a dual meet when you're 25 pounders out there collecting bonus points. Rolled into 133 where we had 2 fifth-year seniors splitting matches in Mitch Funk and Matt Paulus. Both guys picked up wins. Mitch beat a decent kid, University of Mary, the night before, and then Matt goes out there and pins their kid that second day against Minot. Jordan Rotes was at 141. He actually took 2 losses on the weekend. It's a process. We can't lose sight of that. We're not handing out, tickets to go to the NCAA championships at this stage of the season, or national titles are given out. But Jordan's on his way. We still got to keep doing some things there a little bit better throughout his individual process to perform. And then we rolled into 49 where we had Damien wrestle both matches and won 2 solid matches. I think he might have teched this guy the first night, and then won a solid match the second night. 157 was exciting because we had Jordan Rinkin getting back in the mix for the first time as a fifth-year senior coming off an injury. He goes out there, maybe even a little overhyped, but he wrestled strong, won both matches, and it kind of kept on rolling. 65, 74, 84, and 97. Both those guys won, or all those guys won both dual meets. I know you're going to talk to a guy here today, Ryan Parmalee, coming off the football field, getting about 3 weeks of training in, and goes out there and picks up a couple bonus point wins, a tech fall and a fall. So that was a great start for him. And then Maurice Wilburn, kind of been Mr. Utility for us this first semester, wrestling 197 when we need him. We needed him at heavyweight this weekend. He went up there. He took a couple losses, but it's nice to also have the team aspect of it too. For a guy like that, I have some respect for him jumping up, and we don't like to give away any points. So we had Maurice go up there and give it a go.
All right, Coach, you brought a couple of wrestlers today for us, Ryan Parmalee and Damien Pejic. Kind of tell us about their great start they're both having this year.
Well, yeah, I mean, Ryan just came off the football field. Ryan obviously came here to do both sports, play football and to wrestle. Obviously, we were itching to get him in the room as quick as we could. Coach Shea and I are getting along real well, and we knew the deal there, being a dual sport athlete and the challenges that come with it. Once football ended, we got him in the wrestling room. He took like a week off as well, kind of gave himself a little bit of a refresher. And then we got in the room and just kept on getting after it, pushed himself pretty darn hard every day for the first 2 weeks. And then this third week, getting ready for these dual meets, we tried to train hard but yet train smart. He had to bring his weight down to 197 pounds, did a great job getting down to weight and still having some energy. His focus was there. His energy level to compete is what excites me. And that's truly what he is. He's an ultimate competitor. And we got him out there and we weren't wasting any time. And first match against the University of Mary, his first college match, goes out there and puts up 17 points or whatever it was, to win that match by technical fall. And then the second night, he had one of their better kids. The University of Minot's one of their better kids. And Ryan, the guy, shot in on him right away, and Ryan was able to take him over to his back and pin him in the first period under a minute. So great start, a lot of energy. He came running off the mat, and I was going to get in his way and say something to him, but I kind of saw the fullback, running back mentality coming, so I stepped out of the way and gave him a pat on the back as he went running by. So it was pretty fun watching Ryan get his feet wet in the college career.
All right, Coach, and the other wrestler you brought for us to talk to is Damien Pejic. Why don't you kind of tell us about his start as well?
Yeah, I mean, I actually am summarizing Damien right now is he's on a roll. We talked about that at the BV Open and getting some things going, even the tournament before then. But I think he's like 15-3 right now. Damien is starting to maturate his skill set with his strategy, and that goes a long ways in our sport. Everyone wants to go out there to dominate, no doubt about it. And we talked about this before. If after a period or two, there's not a huge separation of points on the board, then you got to realize it's a fight. And Damien definitely is a guy that'll battle and fight, and he's willing to get to that level. And this weekend he went out there and dominated a kid the first match, and then the second match, it was very controlled. We weren't concerned about losing the match or anything like that, but the score wasn't as wide as he would like or anyone would like. But it was very controlled. It turned into a little bit of a fight, and Damien, I'll take that guy, 7 days a week.
All right, Coach, now taking a break from your NSIC schedule here, you guys will be going out to the Midwest Classic. I believe that's in Indianapolis this weekend. It's going to be a huge event. I believe there's going to be 25, 26 Division II teams there. Why don't you kind of give us the preview of what you're looking for from the team?
Yeah, progress. More buy-in, more progress, adopting and continually accepting the mentality of these are opportunities and not pressure events. And really, I want to see that excitement and that energy to compete, be at a high. We're going to see a lot of teams that we won't see the rest of the year. You get one crack at getting your hands on a kid from UPJ or Newberry or wherever these guys, Adams State, wherever these guys are coming from. You get your hands on these guys. This might be the only time you get to see them until the national championships or a year from now. So I want to make good with every opportunity we get. Win, lose, or draw. I want to see our guys empty their tank, 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever it takes to give a winning effort. But I want to see the progress continue. The more the maturation of skill set with strategy are some of those things that we're looking for.
All right. Well, there you have it, Peacock fans. That's all we have with Coach Heath Grimm today, but stay right there. We've got Ryan Parmalee coming right up. Welcome back, Peacock fans. Joining me now is wrestler Ryan Parmalee. Ryan, nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Ryan, tell us, what is it like transitioning from the end of the football season to the start of the wrestling season?
It's a lot different. Up in the wrestling room, there's only 25 guys, and on the football field, there's 100. So it's a lot different. We're a lot closer as a group, and and wrestling's a lot different than football in the conditioning or like the training side. Because in football, you're just running through the plays and going through practice like that. But in wrestling, you're working your tail off, trying to get in shape, trying to beat the guy across from you the whole time. So, I had to put in, a lot of work to, get down to weight also. I was playing football at about 230 pounds, and now I'm wrestling 197 pounds. So, it took a little bit, and, I kind of bought into what Coach was telling me, and I think it's going to pay off.
All right, now because of the football season, you were not able to jump on the wrestling at the very start of the wrestling season, but you've made the transition now. And these first couple of dual matches, you were the wrestler at the 197 weight. So why don't you kind of tell us about the University of Mary match?
Yeah, it was my first college match. I was excited. I wanted to get my feet wet, see how it was, and like I said, I was excited, ready to go. I came out there, got the first takedown. And then that just kept going from there. And the next thing I know, I was tech falling him in the start of the second period. So,
all right. So going from the technical fall on Friday night, tell us about the Minot State match on Saturday.
The kid against Minot, he was supposed to be one of their better wrestlers on the team. So I was pumped up, ready to go about it. Kind of my first real test, I guess. So I came out and he shot in, and I reacted, threw him to his back, and pinned him. Just like that.
All right, so this coming weekend, your team's going to the Midwest Classic. Are you excited about that one, the first big tournament?
Oh yeah, it's going to be a big tournament. I'm excited for it. Like Coach said, there's going to be a whole bunch of teams there that you kind of get to wrestle for the first time, and then you won't see them again until maybe nationals, maybe not. For me, it's going to be my first kind of real test on how I'll do in the Division II and just kind of like the national scene. So I'm excited to kind of know where I stand.
All right. Well, that's all we have with Ryan Parmalee, folks, but stay right there. We'll have Damien Pejic coming right up. And we're back again, Peacock fans. Joining me now is wrestler Damien Pejic. Damien, nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
All right, so unlike Ryan, you weren't coming from football. You had got to participate in some of the preseason festivities here with the wrestling team. You've had a great pre-NSIC little gamut here. Why don't you kind of tell us about how the season started?
Well, so far so good. Have a good record, 15-3 so far, but still waiting to get my shot. Haven't really wrestled any of the big names yet, bigger guys yet. So I'm really just waiting to get that spot yet.
All right, this past weekend you guys started the NSIC season. You got the University of Mary on Friday night. Why don't you kind of tell us how that match went for you?
So wrestled this kid. He was a pretty tough guy. Just went out there, worked what we've been working on this whole past week. Got the tech fall. Coaches are pretty happy about that. Still not satisfied. Feel like I should have got a pin, maybe.
All right, and then turning around on Saturday, you guys made the drive down to Minot State, where you had another great match. Why don't you tell us about that one?
Yeah, this kid was a little bit tougher. Score was 6-2 at the end of the third. Still not satisfied. Should have got a pin, maybe a tech in there. But back to the drawing board, I guess. Back to a week of practice. Just working harder.
All right, coming up this weekend, you guys have the Midwest Classic. It's going to be in Indianapolis. Are you really excited about that one with all the different competition that's going to be there?
Ecstatic. This is what I've been really waiting for, make a name for myself this year. Pretty much I've been an underdog this whole year, so just want to go out there, make some noise.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. Peacock Wrestling back in action this weekend. They'll be at the Midwest Classic in Indianapolis. You'll be able to find all the results on upperitowathletics.com. Just a reminder, Peacock fans, Peacocks on the Prowl will be on hiatus till after the holiday break, but we'll be back in January with more Peacock action. Until next time, Peacock fans, I'm Jim Lowry. Thanks for watching.